will pitch your parents, yeah, or to your boss, or to your teacher, etc., etc. So pitching is something that you really need to do good. Okay, it's like in your daily life. I'm not meaning that everything your action is about pitching. No, of course not. But pitching is really important skill in your life. Okay, now wait. Okay, Alexandra already introduced me, so I will skip this slide. Okay, this is some of my books. Okay, now we directly talk about elevator pitch. An elevator pitch, also known as an elevator speech, is an opportunity to share a quick summary of yourself and your product offerings, if we talk about product or service. But a pitch can also be your chance at making a real connection that you can use later down the road. Okay, as I told you before, that this is like really in your daily life, but sometimes in work life, this is really important if you do this good, if you do this right. But how we can do the elevator pitch right? Okay, there are some like method, rules, etc. about this, how to do elevator pitch. Okay, I will share with you guys. Okay, sorry, my laptop is a bit slow. Okay, so in this slide before, you can see the visual of an elevator with one person talk to the other. So you can imagine, like elevator pitch is that is a chance we talk to other people briefly, but we want to talk everything. We want to let him or her know about what our intention is. But the time is so so short because we are in the elevator. So the illustration is like that. So how to make this work? This is the foolproof elevator pitch template. Sorry, my voice. Okay. Of course, first introduce yourself and then present the problem, present your solution, share your value proposition, and add a call to action. I will talk about this one by one briefly. I hope we have time for this before talking about personal branding. So first, introducing yourself. Of course, this is the first thing you have to do. And this is really related to personal branding. We will talk about that later. So if you have a good personal brand, okay, introducing yourself will become easier. Okay, I will read this first. All good pitches start with a short introduction. But the good news is if you have a good personal brand, many people in your area, in your service know about you. Will become easier and easier. Now, it could be as simple as stating your name and who you work for if those details apply. But the more personal you can make it, the more natural your elevator pitch will seem. Body language, especially, is also an important part of a solid introduction, as is eye contact. Okay, so talking about elevator pitch, introducing yourself, it's talking about communication. So you have to have skills about communication. Communication starts from how you talk briefly, because you have short time. Okay, how is your body language, your eye contact? Because sometimes the problem is because you in hurry. Oh, I only have like 30 seconds or 1 minute to talk to this person. So your body language show that, like you are in hurry, and it's make them uncomfortable. So every time you have to do this, take a deep breath, okay, and talk normally, but there is a timing. You only have to talk like 30 seconds or 1 minute tops, for example, and then talk. And your body language have to show that you are confident, okay, you know what you're talking about, and etc. etc. So it's about introducing yourself. And then, of course, present the problem. All solutions start with a problem, of course. Whatever you or your business is trying to solve, it's important to get the point across early on in your your elevator pitch to set the theme for the rest of your speech. For example, I give you one example. The problem is making online seminar look simple, but in fact, it's more than that. Okay, for example, you will talk to someone in an office. He or she is like the office manager who always, doing this online seminar, Zoominar, etc., etc. Okay, but because of this pandemic, she or he has to do that. But actually, he has or another responsibilities, but now her responsibilities is added with this. So the problem, down, and then you have to have the good connection, good provider, good Wi-Fi, and how to invite, like, for example, this is a seminar and the participant it's like more than 50 persons, for example, and etc., etc. So it's more complicated than some of us thought. Okay, then over the solution. Okay, if the problem is what draws the audience in, then the solution is what hooks them. This is your time to show them why they need your help. Okay, so example, continue from the example before. So because you let him or her know that arranging a webinar is not as simple as they think or they thought. So the solution is you can help them organize a webinar professionally, so they have more time to do their other work. Because before this pandemic, they already have so many works, and then during pandemic they have to arranging more than one Zoominar or seminar per month or even per week. Okay, so you offer a solution that you can help them organize a webinar professionally, so they have more time to do the other thing they have to do. Okay, and then explain your value proposition. Why you? Now that you've picked your audience attention, it's time to seal the deal. Okay, seal the deal. This is the highlight one. Seal the deal by explaining why your solution is better than anyone else's. An example value proposition is like, oh, you are the person who can do the preparation of their webinar from A to Z. From making the link, as simple as making the link, okay, inviting people, reminding participants, setting up the, like the one I use, virtual background, etc., etc., from A to Z. Because, in a big seminar or webinar or Zoominar, there are many things involved. For example, in my experience, for example, I've helped people or help kementerian, the ministry to do like webinar or Zoominar. Okay, the boss, okay, or the clients have this exact want, like, I want all smoothly. There is no connection problem. There is no people coming late, blah, 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 blah. So to make sure that all works, we need one PIC. And then you can offer them that, okay, I am the best PIC to do this. Okay, I can do this from A to Z to make sure that your webinar will go smoothly. Okay, because for example, the ministry will come, or even sometimes there is a speech from the president, even it's only 5 minutes, but it's really, if there's something happen, it's like done. Okay, so after explain your value proposition, and then it's the time to engage them. Okay, to close with call to action. So while most of the hard work is done, like introducing yourself, over the solution, etc., etc., it is important to engage your audience with a compliment or question before you part ways. Always are on the side of being genuine rather than delivering a scripted goodbye. So it's like, you have to show them that even though if it's definitely that you prepared all of this speech, yeah, but make it looks genuine. Okay. And you can close with CTA. You must close with CTA, because if not, your 30-second or 1 minute talk with them, it's like nothing if there is no call to action. Call to action varies, like, okay, Pak or sir or ma'am, really great to have a short conversation with you. Here is my name card, or this is my business card. If you anything, just let me know. I'm available anytime, for example, to talk to you. Okay, so make them like, oh, okay, they already have like listen to you about 60 seconds, and then you close with give them the name card or business card, for example. It's really a good call to action, because they will bring something, not only, for example, not only the idea. Oh, okay, next time. I remember the last time our webinar is like chaos or whatever. Okay, I will call him or her whenever I need them, for example. But when you give them the business cards, it's really a very strong call to action. Okay, because they already have your name in their hand. Okay, that's a very short talk about elevator pitch, and then I want to talk about personal branding. Why this is related? As I told you before, that if we have a good personal branding, a good personal brand, okay, a strong personal brand, elevator pitching is become easier. And in many cases, in my area, for example, people already knew about us. For example, they saw us maybe on social media, or other people talk about us. So whenever we have the chance to talk with them, they already like have a image about us. If this is if it is positive, it will make our elevator pitch easier. Only at the first impression, 3 seconds, they already like us if our personal brand is good. Okay, we not talk yet, for example, but they already like us because they heard about us, they heard a good thing about us, or they overheard that our competency is very good, etc. So they already like us in the first impression, the first 3 seconds, and then the rest will be good. Okay, so why that is personal branding very important. Now, talking about personal branding, I believe all of you already know what personal branding is, but we will talk about this a little. Oh, this is still in Bahasa Indonesia, in Indonesian language. So what is personal branding? Personal branding is our effort that we do intentionally, disengaja. So I will underline this, intentionally, to create our perception to public, and then with our value, self-value. So why I highlighted nilai diri or self-value, because this is really important. This is what differentiates personal brand with like pencitraan or even social climbing. Because for example, in some of my classes, like some people asking or have their opinion like, oh, for me, personal branding is like pencitraan or like social climbing, because like we try to people look at us, blah 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 and blah blah blah. And I said that this is totally different between personal branding and like social climbing. Social climbing, yes, they do it intentionally to make people know about them, about their performance, etc. But social climbing is not their value, okay? Not accordingly with our value, but personal branding is. For example, I want to build a personal brand as a professional blogger, for example. I did have the skills. I have the skills. I can write an article. I can do like a photography thing. making like graphic, for example, yeah. So I have the value, I have the skills, and I want people to know that I am a professional blogger. That is personal branding. But for example, I knew that people talking about how cool is become blogger is extra. I want people to know me as like celebgram or celeb blogger, whatever it is. And then I talk to people. Oh, I'm a celebgram, I'm a celeb blogger, etc. etc. But actually, for example, I just making my website or my blog yesterday with one article on it, and I want people to know that I'm a professional blogger. I can consider it as social climbing because it's not your value. At that time, you only write one article, you just make the blog yesterday, and you like tell to other people, tell everyone that you are a professional blogger, for example. So it's different, yeah. Personal branding and like social climbing. Okay. Now, personal branding is the practice of marketing yourself and your career as a brand. In your reputation, your impression, your work, or even your organization. And I can also say that personal branding is a unique, your express. Personal branding is how one of the benefit is I don't know, I forgot in English, menonjol. People, you want to look different with your competitors, for example. But the fact is, many people have the skill that the same with yourself, for example, or they have the same experience with you, okay, or they have the same stories with you. What differentiate us with them, for example, or myself with others? So the unique combination of Jay-Z. I am not a businessman. I am a businessman. So when we're talking about personal branding, we're talking about us, yourself as the brand, myself as a business. Okay, so for example, you even though you are still young, for example, but you have like a side hustle between classes, like you selling something online, even it clothes or craft, etc., etc. So of course you will like do your best to make your to make your business grow. Maybe you will put some money on that. Okay, you will add your business. You will tell your other people about your business, etc., etc. So you have a great effort to make your business growing and bigger. Now, this is the same with yourself. When the business is yourself, how come you not do the things that I explained before? Okay, growing yourself, growing your skills to make yourself bigger, to make yourself more success, because you are the business. So you put all your effort to make yourself bigger, to make your skills growing. So that is personal brand. Your is the business. So you have to make yourself growing. Okay. So, like it or not, we are brand. You are a brand. Me is a brand. So why not we maximize it? So what do I mean? Everyone is a brand. Not a brand or not. Actually, you already built your brand. For example, I believe all the people here have at least one social media account. Okay, even though you, for example, oh yes, I have Instagram like 3 years ago. Okay, I only posted like two posts, and then after that nothing, or not like active in social media. But it is your brand. For example, when about you from there, like it or not, okay, you realize it or not. So, for example, you like want to involve in some volunteering activity, and you apply to NGO. They like try to find more about you. They already have your CVs, your bio, and they like, oh, this is I like this person, okay, but oh, they googling about you, and they found, yeah, anything they found is your brand. For example, because you not plan to build your personal brand, so you don't really care whatever is online. For example, uh, like 2 years ago, you have people take picture of you and then post it in Facebook and tag you. Even sometimes we don't realize that someone tag us, but it will like show up in the internet. For example, your friend tag you when you go to like cafe or like a bar, for example, without you realizing it, without you realize. And then the HRD, okay, for example, googled about you, and they find that photo. So that is your brand. That is your that is your first online impression. And that is nobody's fault, because you not building your personal brand. Okay, so from now on, you already know that whatever people found about you online, that is become your brand. So now you have to be more careful with whatever you posted. It's not like I want quit posted something. It's dangerous. Will become my brand. No, of course not. But you yourself can control whatever you posted online. People not like, for example, your friend from 3 years ago, like in a bar, for example, in a very like dark or warm a bar, she posted and tagging you. She not thinking about what people thought about you, but you have to think about it, about that. What people think to the bar with your friends, but if people find you on internet, and that the first picture they saw about you, we cannot control what they think about us, but you can control it. So from now on, try to like more aware about what you post. And for example, another person tagging you in Facebook, for example, or in other platform, if you don't like it, you can hide it, or you can erase it, or you can ask her or him to like, untag me, etc. So you have the control about this, about your personal brand. At first, a few years ago, like 5 years ago, I start building my personal brand. At that time, I built as professional blogger. I only my client work with me or more expensive than other bloggers. That my only intention at that time. But you know what? Time after time, because building personal branding is about also building yourself, building your skill, etc., etc. Many doors open, like invitation to become speakers, invitation to become like their partner, okay, interview, etc., etc. So personal branding open many doors to me, and of course to all of you. So, what will this bring you to? Skills improvement. I promise you. If you start building your personal brand, your skills will improve. You realize it or not. Okay. For example, when I first started building my personal brand, at that time, I don't have the confidence to talk to many people in front of many people. Yeah, in a forum like this, online or offline. Okay, so I talk in like I don't have the gut to like talk in front of people even in bahasa Indonesia, and now I'm talking in English with this grammatically error or blah blah blah, but I'm still confident now. But years ago, I have this, maybe this is a nightmare for me, maybe for many people too. I have my first assignment as a speaker. Okay, the audience is about like more than 200 people in a hotel ballroom. Okay, it is the participant is like SMEs, UKM from all over Indonesia. So I'm very excited at that time and also very scared because I don't like to talk to many people. I don't have the confidence, etc., etc. But like I push myself. Okay, I push myself. I try to. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. Maybe you will think that it's a happy ending, but it was not. Okay, so I still go to the event. Okay, I prepared a slide to talk for an hour because my slot is 1 hour, and then I can only talk for 15 minutes only. I'm freeze. My voice is like, shaking. And I'm like, I'm like blank. I only can talk 15 minutes. And it was, I'm only reading my slides. And after my slides finish, I have nothing to talk again because it's blank. So it's really, really a very bad experience for me. It was a nightmare. Okay. After that event, okay, in the car, I was crying and I told my husband that I will not do this again. I will not talk or become a speaker or narasumber or whatever it is again, because I'm really ashamed, in front of about 200 people. I'm shaking, cannot talk, etc., etc. But because I promised myself that I'm a professional blogger, I'm a professional content creator. I promise. It means that I promise to other people too, to my clients, to other people, to my students, etc., etc. Because personal branding is a promise. So when I remember that this is a promise, so yeah, I do whatever it takes to make me dare or have the courage to talk in front of people again. I join seminar, from seminar to paid seminar, etc., etc. Okay, I take all the opportunities to talk, even it's only 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 3 hours. I talk. I know it will not always smooth, but I learn. And then, like, for example, today I have the confidence to talk, even English is not my mother tongue, and I know I will make many mistakes talking in English, but I can do this. This is because your unique selling proposition, for example, your USP, it will become, the starting point whenever you act, whenever you posted something online, it's based on your USP. Okay, so the next step is authentic branding. So as I told you before too, that you know, the differentiation between personal branding is social claiming is about the value of ourselves. Okay, our self value. So in this step, you have to make sure that the brand you build, have the authentic of yourself. You not change yourself, okay? But you make yourself better. So you not change yourself, but you make yourself better. Okay, for example, this is a very simple example. For example, yeah. I am a person who, a woman who don't really like to wear makeup, wear dress, for example. Okay, but in some occasion, I have like, I have to do this. For example, the ministry, invite me to become one of the speaker, and for example, the dress code is batik. Okay, I'm not like wearing dress, and I don't have batik dress, but I can make it, the authentic of myself. Like for example, usually I'm wearing jeans, for example, but of course, to that event, I can't wear jeans. So I will make, penyelarasan. So I will make like, I will wearing, a batik blouse, a very chic batik blouse, for example, and I will wear pants, but not jeans. Okay, so I can be, I can still suit for the event, and I'm still authentic. Yeah, so something like that. Yeah, you have to make sure that your personal brand is authentic. And then last but not least is digital branding. So when you already have the step 1, pass the step 2, step 3, the fourth step is you have to move all that 3 steps to the digital world. Okay. Nah, so we talk about digital branding, digital personal branding. When we talk about digital personal branding, of course, we talk about social media branding, because social media is one of the easiest one, the fastest one. Okay, but remember, yeah, you have to pass like the 3 steps before. So you're like already stable offline. When you already stable offline, you can move that into digital. So not like, for example, I want to build a personal brand as like a professional content creator, and then suddenly you just put all in social media, in the digital world. Not stable online, but you already put all in digital world. Yeah, that makes like, for example, yeah, you maybe will be like, people will know you or heard about you for few months, and after that gone. Okay, so you have to stable on offline first, and then you move it to the digital world, and then we will talk about social media branding. Okay, now social media platform to your to build your personal brand. What suits you? You have to think about this. I'm not recommend that you have to have all of this like blog, website, TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, etc. You have to pick some of this that suits your character. For example, I am into Instagram and blog. I'm not into TikTok, but actually, honestly, I have TikTok because it's happening right now, and I want to stay updated. I have TikTok, of course, but that suits my character, suit my value is Instagram and blog or website. So you have to choose at least one of the platform that really, accordingly to your character, yourself, your value. Okay. And then the next step is, okay, is still in Bahasa Indonesia, still in Indonesian language. So And then the next step is in social media branding, you have to audit your social media platform. For example, you audit them, you list all of them. Oh, in fact, I have 10 social media. I have like Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, okay, Instagram, LinkedIn, etc., etc. You have like, for example, 10, and then and then you have like to analyze one by one. Do I need Twitter, for example? Okay, do I can maximize this? Because, for example, you are a student, or you not work yet. Okay, you're not working yet. You have no money yet, for example. You can't afford another people to become your admin person. You have to do all the social media yourself. So if you have 10, it will not work. Your life is not about social media. You have other things to do. Study, help your parents, have fun, etc., etc. Not like arranging or managing these 10 social media platform. No, you have to choose what suits you. You can choose one or two platform that you want to maximize. Okay. For example, you already found one or two. Okay. Even for example, it's Instagram and LinkedIn. So the next step is you have to set your unique selling proposition. Okay, because from that, you will whatever you post have to be based on your USP. And then after that, the next step is you have to make a schedule. You have to make the concept and of course action. Okay. And concepting. What is your goal? What is your goals with that platform? For example, what is my goal with Instagram? What is my goal with blog? For example, my goal is so people will know that I'm constantly writing articles about woman empowerment, for example. Okay, whatever your goals is, like you have to make the concept first. So you're not posting something random. Okay, actually you can still posting randomly, fun thing, etc., etc. But you still have the basic. So for example, you want to build your personal brand as a content creator. Okay, most of your post is about content creating, but sometimes you want to post about food, about you hanging out with your friend in a cafe, etc. It's okay. It's totally okay. Okay, and then set your USP, unique selling proposition. What makes you different with other people? Okay, so when we talking about unit selling proposition, it's not like you are thinking like, oh, I'm not that narcissist, I know I'm good at this thing, but I'm not a narcissist person. I don't want to compare myself with others. No. Okay, in this you need to set your USP. You have to do the research. What you do better than other people in your age, okay, other people in your community, other people in your area of service, for example. You have to find one. Okay, to make this like more more imaginable. Okay, I will give you right like the example. Okay, so I want you guys to hear me when I I read these words, and in 3 seconds, just you can answer in just in your head, or you can type whatever works for you. So I want you in like 3 seconds, when I talk about these words, what are you thinking? Okay, maybe some maybe a name, a person. Okay, etc., etc. Okay, I will read this. News presenter, woman, influential. So when I talk about these three definition or words, news presenter, woman, influential, in like 3 seconds, who comes up in your head, for example, yeah? 3, 2, 1, I will answer that Najwa Shihab. So from my research and from many of my event, when I talk about a news presenter, a woman, a very influential woman in the news area, okay, the top of mind is Najwa Shihab. Of course, many names will okay. Thank you, Alia. Okay, many people will have another names like Rosiana Silalahi, Desi Anwar, but the top of mind, okay, they that always comes first is Najwa Shihab in many occasion, yeah. So it means that she has a very strong, unique selling proposition. I just mentioned you only 3 to 4 words, and you already think about her. So it means that her USP is very strong. Okay, another example. Only 2 words, and I believe all of you will answer this. Chef, sexy. In 3 seconds, who is like, comes up in your head? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Chef Renata. This is very interesting. Interesting, yeah. In many events, her names most of the time comes first, Chef Renata, and the second is Farah Queen, and then Chef Juna. So these 3 persons always comes in the conversation. Now this is very interesting because in my 2 words, I just have 2 words, chef and sexy. I'm not mentioning the gender. I'm not saying that this is a woman or a man, but most of the time the answer is Chef Renata or Farah Queen. Okay, and sometimes, yeah, very small percentage answer Chef Juna. Yeah, so this is interesting that their USP, yeah, Farah Queen and Chef Renata is very strong. So how can we have this kind of USP that also very strong when people heard only about 2 or 3 words and then like directly thinking about us? Okay, this is like a very hard effort, But the good news is you not have to be like those celebrity like Najwa Shihab or Chef Renata. You only have to be good or heard in your area, in your business. For example, at that time, my goal is like in my blogging world, when people heard about like three sentence or 3 words, they will think about me. Like, for example, blogger, parenting, and yoga, for example, because I did yoga too, I do yoga too, and they will think about me, for example. As simple as that. You not have to be like very famous. Oh, when like there the 3 words mentioned, blogger, parenting, and yoga, all Indonesia will know that it is Zata. No, of course not. Yeah, you can only do this in your service area, in your community. But of course it will growing and growing. Yeah, who knows, maybe nanti later all people in Indonesia will know when the 3 words mentioned, and they will know that it is me, for example, or it is you. Okay, nah, so the homework is what's yours? What is your USP? Okay, you can do this later when you have time, but there is a method to find your USP. Okay, as simple as you can have this one blank paper, for example, one blank paper, and then you wrote all of your skills here, okay, until it's full, until this full, for example. But the first rule is you have to write down your skills that you love. Okay, why this is important? Because this is about building your personal brand. This is need consistency. This is need repetition. Imagine if it is not something that you like. Maybe you will, 6 months, okay, but 1 year, 2 years, okay. So it must the skill or the passion that you like. Oh, okay, passion, of course you will like because it's your passion. Yeah, something that you good at and it's your passion too. So you wrote it, you write it down, for example, until it's full, and then the next day you put it, the list like for 1 day or 2 days. After that, you read it again, okay, and then you pick 5 from the list. Sometimes it's easy, but sometimes it's hard. So it takes your time. For example, you already find the 5 in your list, okay? And then just take your time again. After a few days, you can read it again and choose 3 of them. If you already choose 3, okay, again, repeat it again, and you have to find one of your best, satu hebat. So that's become your USP, and the 2 others become, your, pelengkap, your support. Okay, so from that 3, pick one. Yeah, for example, in my experience, I have 3. For example, I'm really into blogging, but I also really into yoga, and then I really into crafts, for example. But I still have to choose which one do I want to make it. People will look at me in which area. So I choose blogging. Why? Because I'm thinking at that time, because I want to have more money from this area, and because I really love blogging. So the yoga thing, the craft thing is not like I delete it or I erase that, but it's become my uniqueness. Oh, okay, I know Zata, the parenting blogger who loves yoga and often many times posting about craft, for example. So it's my my uniqueness that differentiate me with other bloggers, for example. So you can do these 2 to find your unique selling point. Yeah, so if you have any question about this, you can you can ask maybe the committee, and the committee can pass the question to me if we don't have many time to question and answer. But if we have time, we will talk about this. I will answer your question. Okay. Next, we already have step 1 to 3. We already found our USP. So what's next? Okay, what's next? As I said before, move it to digital. Okay, move it to digital. And after that, wait. So what you have to do after that? Of course, maximize your bio and your like about page. So when we talk about Instagram, you maximize your bio, or when we talk about LinkedIn or website, maximize your about page. And then you have to post based on your USP. Why? Because you want to make this work. You want people to know what you good at, what is your strength. So you have to post based on your USP. But as I told you before too, that you still millennials, you still young, you can post anything. Of course, that you have fun with your friend, you can post it. You have like culinary journey, etc. You can post, but most of your posts have to show your unique selling proposition. And of course, add personality in your post, consistency, and schedule it. Because again, personal branding is about repetition. So you can't have a repetition if you're not scheduling it. I mean, like, for example, oh yeah, I know it's about repetition. So this week you posting like 2 times. Next week you not post anything. Okay, next week again you not post anything, and then next month you post like 10 posts. It's not consistent. It's repetition, but it's, you know, like, it's not consistent. You have to make this consistent. For example, this week you posting like 5 posts, and then the next week you have to do more or less the same, maybe 3 to 5, and the next week, next month, etc. Yeah, so not like, oh, this week my mood is very bad, so I'm not posting anything. Next week I posting like 10 posts. Okay, so not like that. That's why you have to make a schedule. Okay, and then this is the study case. This is the example. Okay, the study case, I want to put this, one of my blogger friend, her Instagram handle is @cici-3. So I want to talk about the Instagram handle. So the first thing, you have to make sure that your Instagram handle is the same with your name. Okay, but if you're not lucky enough to have your real name as an Instagram handle, you can, you know, find the similar one. Like, for example, Cici-3 can't have Instagram handle @Cici-3, maybe because it's already taken. For example, maybe she can have like Cici_Destri or Cici.Destri, or the latest choice. I'm not suggest you have to use number, but if there is no other choice, you can use number, but make it simple. For example, like Cici-Destri 78. For example, it's like, it's people will think, oh, the 78 thing meaning something, maybe her years of birth. Yeah, but you can use numbers, but the simple one, not like Cici-Destri 3250 or 50, for example. It's not good. Yeah, so you already have your Instagram handle that the same with your real name, for example, and then so you can put keywords in the column that supposed to be your real name. For example, in this, below the kiriman, okay, she wrote Cici-Destri, but because there is still space, she wrote the keywords tips, foto, produk. Okay, this is her keywords, yeah, tips about product, photo, yeah, and then that is the column name. You can fill it with, with keywords. Okay, this is really helpful. This is will increase when people searching about these keywords, maybe the chance they found your account is very big. I will prove it later. Okay, we talk about profile photo. Yeah, you know that our profile photo is have to be good, visually good, but the most important thing is your profile picture have to show your personal brand, your personal branding. Yeah, for example, Cici-Destri is a blogger, a lifestyle blogger, and also she is a speaker about, photography product. Okay, this picture shows her personal brand. Okay, she is a mom too. You can imagine if, for example, she put her daughter picture in here. So it's cute, but it's not show her personal brand. So you know what I mean, yeah, with why your profile picture have to show your personal branding. Okay. So I want to give my small research why putting your keywords, especially your personal brand keywords in your, that this column is very important. This is how it works. Okay, so I asked my son's friends who not related to me or to Cici-Destri, yeah, and I asked they help to to search the keywords tips photo. So first tips photo, and when they type the tips photo, okay, Chichi's account appear in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the fifth. Okay, and then when they type tips photo product, as you can see here, tips photo product, Cici Desri's account appear number 1. Okay, this is how strong the keywords that you put in your bio. Yeah, the keywords or your personal brand. So it's really important if you already lucky enough to have the the real name in your Instagram handle, you can put your personal brand or your keywords in there. Okay. Nah. Okay. The other example, we talk about LinkedIn. So why I talk about LinkedIn? LinkedIn is now like your online CV. Okay. Oh, wait, I have to check time first. Oh, okay. Okay. So I still have time ya. Sedikit lagi. Okay. A little bit lagi ya. Okay. So why I talk about LinkedIn? LinkedIn is like your online CV. LinkedIn is your online CV. In my time, maybe like about 10 years ago, if I want people to read my CV, if I want people to know about who am I professionally, I have to send them the physical thing of a paper with my CV on it. Like I have to go to the post office. I send like about 20 or 50 CVs to the companies. Yeah, for example. Okay, but now you are very lucky. You can put your CV online. 10 people, 50 people, hundreds people, even 1,000 people can see your CV. Yeah, so make the most of it. You have to maximize it. And how to maximize your LinkedIn? Okay, it works like Instagram also, the bio. Okay, make sure, of course, in LinkedIn, you have to put your real name. There is no like alias, etc. You have to put your real name here. And then make sure that you put your profession very clear. Yeah, for example, you already work in a company, you can put there your position, or even you still in school, okay, in college, you can put it also in here. Yeah, so make sure that your profile photo is show your personal brand too. Okay, sometimes I see students using their pass photo, yeah, or their certificate photo in here. Okay, that's not wrong, but if you already have your personal brand, yeah, it's better that you put a photo that show your personal brand. Okay, it's very simple, just like this. Elias put like a very simple photo with blue background, and he also just white wear white t-shirt. It's very simple, but it's appropriate, and it's helping her his personal brand, for example. And don't forget to the background photo, because people is very visual. People is very visual. As I said, the first 3 seconds is the first impression. When people like your photo, or the visual of your LinkedIn, it's more chance that will like you after reading your CVs. Yeah, you can put like for example, in this alias, the background is about his company, or the profile of his company or his colleagues, etc. You can put anything. Even, for example, you have this volunteer trip or experience, you can put the photo here. Okay, whatever that can support your personal brand. Okay, nah, this is really important. about. So this is related to the first topic we talk about, elevator pitch. Okay, about is also your elevator pitch. Make sure in a short, short sentences or short paragraph, you can show people who you are. Okay, not, for example, you write too many things here and people get bored, they only read the first paragraph and then quit. Or even though, for example, your about page is too short, so people like, apa, only this, his skills is only this, or his experience only this, or his life is like this short. So you have the chance to show people who you are, how good you are at your area. For example, make the most of it, like make like 3 paragraph or 5 paragraph, but you can like in a short paragraph, 5 paragraph, you can tell people who you are and make their interest to you and make them want to read about you more in the LinkedIn. Okay, and then you also need to fill all the all the column, like experience, where you are study, etc., etc. This is really important. Don't let it blank, or for example, not complete. For example, like you have this experience, you working at a company or 3 company, one for 2 years, one for 3 years, blah blah blah, but you only like write the name of the company and then like how long you work there. You have to write it incomplete, like what you're doing at that company, what is your achievement. It is very important. If you don't tell them, how they will know? It's your job, it's your responsibility to make them know that you are good at it. You are good when you work at this company, that company, those company. You are the person who have to tell them, because if you don't write it, people don't know. Yeah, so make the most of this. Okay, yeah, fill all the things like your volunteer experience, your skills, endorsement, etc., etc. Okay, don't let it blank. Yeah, so you can't get rewarded if you don't get noticed. You can't get rewarded if you don't get noticed. What does it mean? Okay, I have this story. Like about 2 years ago.
I'm sorry, but due to time restrictions, and we still have many questions from the participants as well. Maybe it will be better if we can speed up the materials. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Actually, this is my last slide. I will stop sharing.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Miss, for the great presentation. And that was so awesome. So I think no one was a zombie tonight. And let us firstly give a virtual applause for Zata Ligouw, because it is such an insightful and interactive presentation. Thank you so much, Miss Ligouw, for sharing that and all of your insights to us. I believe that each and every one of us would have learned a very important lesson today. And now we will move on to question and answer session. So should any of you have any questions for Zata Ligouw, you can use the raise hand function and unmute yourself after I call your name, or put your questions in the live and YouTube chat. We will be having these sessions for around 20 minutes, so please let us use this time well. Okay, so we already have the first question here. I'm going to read it. So the first question is from YouTube chat from Zainab Salim. How to be confident in mentioning the advantage of our character or personality? Please, Miss Zata Ligouw.
Okay. Okay. This is really an interesting question, because based on our culture, I I grow up with that culture too, that for example, like talking about our goodness, our our skills. Back then it's like, you are like too promoting yourself. It's like something that a bit negative. Yeah, you have to now change that mindset. Now if you not talk about that you are good in this thing, in this area, etc., how people will know? Because yes, in this digital area, for example, they never met you before. How can they know? Yeah, you have to show them, you have to talk to them, as simple as that. Yeah, so I hope that answer your question.
Okay, I hope that can answer the question well, and thank you very much for the amazing answer. And now we will move on to the second question from Ramanandi Octavia. How to be confident when I post something about myself, Miss Zata Ligouw?
Okay, so it's back to the steps that we have to make our mindset right first. Okay, when you already have this mindset, oh, okay, I want to build my personal brand, it's mean that you have to be, you have to be strong. Whatever people think about you, yeah, not like you don't have to listen to them, but it's mean that yeah, nothing can stop you. You already have this goal. I want to build my personal brand. I have to be confident. So it's, again, the answer is about mindset. Okay, when the mindset is right, when you already have the right mindset, you will confidence. Yeah, because I can't give you like any tips, any secret, if you are if your mindset is not right. So when you already like have this goal, want to build your personal brand, yeah, it's mean you have the growth mindset, and you will be confident.
Okay, so I'm going to summarize it a bit. We have to have a growth mindset. We have to be confident. And now we will move on to the next question from Yosi Andreni, again from the YouTube chat. How to mentally prepare myself when meeting people and adjusting to the new work environment? Please, Miss Zata.
Okay. Okay, of course, this takes time. This is a process. This is a journey. As I told you before from my experience, that at first, yeah, I'm struggling. I'm struggling when the first time I built my personal brand. So you are too. Okay, time after time you will get better. Again, I can't say that. Oh, you have to be confident right now. No, it needs time. Takes your times, but the answer is the same. Like if you already have the mindset, and you will conquer all. Yeah, so again, enjoy the process, and then you will do this good.
Okay, so I hope that can answer Yosi Anggreni questions. And since we still have a lot of questions, we need to proceed to the next question from Nana Dahlan. Hi, I want to ask how to handle yourself when you are down or you don't have anything to share. So how to handle ourselves, Miss, when we are down?
Okay, of course you have to find help, find support, because it's really okay to be vulnerable. Yeah, because it is who you are, it is the authentic of you. So whenever you feel down, find support. Okay, you have to know your boundaries, to know yourself. For example, oh, okay, this is not good for me. If this like keep going on and on, maybe I will like depressed, stressed. Okay, so you know that you have to find support from your best friend, from your family, even to professional, for example. And then if you think that you have nothing to post, think again. Even that you think that you are down, you are vulnerable, that is a thing to post. Okay, a strong personal brand is sometimes you show your vulnerability. For example, you build your personal brand as students, as a very active student, as a volunteer, or whatever it is. You like, for example, you posting about motivation, about your studies, etc. But for example, this one time you posting that, oh, I'm feeling down today and blah blah blah, and I did this and that, and then it will make your personal brand even stronger, because there is the word personal there. Personal. You are a human. If you always like posting something strong, something motivating, yeah, people will like you, but you not sounds like human. So it's okay. It's okay to put that is a post too, actually.
Okay, so it is what makes us human, right, Miss?
Yes.
Yes. And for the next question, we have the next question from Lola Arisa. What do you do when suddenly you forgot what you want to say in front of the client, Miss?
Okay. Yes, we have to be creative. Or you can just be honest. That is, I think that is the best way. The best way. Oftentimes, because for example, I'm very nervous. Okay, my voice shaking or my hand shaking when I'm holding the mic, for example. I can't hide it, so I just be honest to them. For example, yeah, in some of my speech, like I will tell people, oh, hello everyone, it's really nice to meet you, Bapak, Ibu, and then I like, oh, I'm very nervous right now, and I forget what to talk, and people will laugh, and it will make the situation is more like more flowing. And after the situation is like better and flowing, you will find something to talk. Yeah, so it's okay to admit that you forgot, you nervous, because it will make yourself feeling better and other people feeling better. The audience also will feel better, because when you are nervous, they will also nervous. For example, yeah, you are nervous, you are sweating, your hands shaking. You look at your audience. Most of them will not look at you. They will look at their phone, look the other way, because they're not comfortable. They feel like kasihan, they like feel pity for you. So when like you admit, oh sorry everyone, I feel very nervous, blah blah blah, I forgot something to take, and you laughing, they will laugh too. They will feel like release. Okay, and then we'll like look at you again. So it's the best way. Just admit it.
Okay, such a great and insightful answer from Miss Zata Ligouw. And sadly, we will have to proceed to the last question from the participant. I also apologize for any participant that cannot be answered yet from Miss Zata Ligouw. So now for the last question, we will have it from Yoga Prabowo. How can we do when our personal branding are not effective? Like he has been trying to personal brand himself for more than 1 to 3 years, but it is not effective yet.
Okay, of course, you have to analyze it. Okay, you have to make sure that it is not work. Okay, maybe, for example, maybe it works. Okay, but you're not realizing it. Yeah, but when you are sure that it's not works as it not work as you plan. Okay, you can rearrange that. You have to analyze it first. Oh, what makes this don't work? Oh, in fact, that this is makes my personal brand doesn't work, and this one. So you have, you have the point. What you can make change about it, and then you starting again. So never get bored or never frustrated in starting again, because it's not like the thing that you do before it's like finished now. It still support who you are now, so you can like rearrange, replanning, reconcepting. It's okay.
Okay, so it is okay to reconcept and rebrand ourselves, right, Miss?
Yes.
Okay. Such an amazing answer and question session, and we're so sorry that it have to be that short. But thank you so much for the questions, everyone, and of course, thank you for the awesome answers, Miss Ligouw. I'm sure everyone has more questions, but sadly, due to time constraints, we must end the question and answer session right now. So, and to commemorate today's incredible event, I would like to ask all participants to please turn on your cameras as we will be documenting our webinar today. We will be waiting for a bit, and all right, let's get ready. Thank you very much for those who have turned on their cameras. Let's get ready in 3, 2, 1. Okay, I still see some participants trying to turn on their camera. I'm going to wait for a minute. Please, if any of you want to turn on your camera, don't hesitate. It is okay. Okay, so I think I'm going to document it today. Let's get ready in 3, 2, 1, cheers! Okay, we're going to take one more picture in 3, 2, 1, cheers! Okay, thank you very much for those who has turned on their cameras. As we close our webinar today, I would like to thank again our amazing speaker, Ms. Zata Ligouw, for sparing time to come and share with us some crucial insights regarding the struggles of public speaking. And before we end this webinar, I also want to give a certificate for Ms. Zata Ligouw. So please, the team of Global Millennial Group can present it. Okay. And later on, thank you to everyone who has stayed with us all throughout this webinar. We hope that you have learned something today and that this will help you in your public speaking skills going forward. And don't forget to get your certificate. We will now send a feedback form link. Please don't forget to fill the feedback form if you'd like to see more events in the near future. The feedback form is only open until 10 a.m. GMT +7 tomorrow, and if you cannot access the link, please refresh as we may have a lot of registrations at that moment. So please don't forget to put on the feedback link on bit.ly/WVA feedback. Don't forget to fill it to get your certificate. And on behalf of the GMG team, I would like to apologize if there were any inconvenience in today's webinar. With that said, see you next time, everyone, and thank you so much for joining this webinar.